Hello everyone, this is Sherwin here from TechOS, and today I'm going to be taking a look at some of the enhancements made to the iPad user experience in iOS 9. Now, there are a few features Apple have added to make the iPad experience better. A few of these have been requested for quite a while, so I'm going to take a look at these in the video. Now, first up, I've got the new keyboard. Now, I'm just going to open up Notes and make this full screen. Now, I've copied and pasted this text from Apple's website about Apple Pay, and I'm going to show you some new features Apple have added with the keyboard. Now, I'm going to be editing this bit of text, and if I want to get rid of this bit at the top here that says Apple Pay overview, where to use Apple Pay, there's a new way of doing this. So I can actually take two fingers, hold down anywhere on the keyboard, and it will come up with a sort of trackpad interface, and I can then click and drag to highlight parts, and then when I release it will stop the selection, and then I can just hit the backspace button. That's quite simple, and obviously I can do the same, just moving the cursor around the screen. So if I want to choose where I want the cursor to be, I can do so, like that. You'll also notice with the new keyboard that over here, I'm clicking on it. I've just clicked on it now. You can see I'm clicking on it a few times. If I click here, I've got dedicated undo, cut, copy and paste buttons. So that's a very nice feature that you can use. As usual, you can split the keyboard, and you can change the docking and various other features. Now that is a bit buggy, as you can see. There are a few bugs. Obviously, this is beta software, so that's what you can expect. But that is a look at the new keyboard in iOS 9. Now, the second feature I'm going to show you is the new split screen multitasking options in iOS 9 on the iPad. So this feature, the first feature I'm going to show you, is available, I believe, on the iPad Air 2, iPad Mini 3, iPad Mini 2, and iPad Air original. You know, the original iPad Air. I don't believe it's on any other devices. So that's something to be aware of. And what this is if I just slide my finger from the edge of the screen, just like you do for Notification Center or any other app, then I can slide over and reach this sort of slide over view, which lets me use two apps at once. And I've got this side view here, and only this side window is active. So I can just use this if I want to, and I can obviously change the app by sliding down from the top of that window to get to a different interface. So I can choose any of these apps I want. I'm just going to go back into Safari for now. And so that's a nice feature to have. However, something that is specific to the iPad Air 2 only, due to the fact that the iPad Air 2 does have 2 gigs of RAM, the thing you can do is you may be able to, you probably can see this divider line, white divider line between the window at the side and the main notes window, and if I click on that divider, and I can actually drag the side window out to create a split view, and then I can just let go, and it will actually create a side-by-side view with two active apps. As you can see, I can use both of them at the same time, and I can change the split, the division, how I would like it. Obviously, as with OS 10, as I mentioned in my other video, if you want to check that out, click in the top right hand corner. You are limited to how much you can, how you can divide your apps. So here I like to have a nice 50-50 split view. Obviously I can copy and paste things from, say, this app. So let me just get this section here. I can obviously just copy that. Ooh, there we go. And that's a bit too much. There you go. So I can just copy this, go down here. Obviously I can use these keys to, you know, paste everything in. And yeah, so that's a nice feature to have, this split screen view. And if I slide down on the slide over window, I can obviously still change the window over here, go to maps if I would like to. And yeah, it's a great feature. That's probably the one most people have been waiting for a very long time. One thing to note is that if I bring down Notification Center, it will open across the screen, it won't open across a certain window. And if I slide up, obviously the same thing happens. And you should also note that sorry, that wasn't a pun intended, by the way. That the time and signal, obviously I've got a cellular iPad, the Wi-Fi, all the battery indicators, they are all located on the main window only. So that's something that you should note. But yeah, so if I want to close this split view, all I just do is drag the window. I use the sliding window, but I think you can use any of them, and just literally slide it off the screen and you'll have the window disappeared. So that's that feature in iOS 9. Another thing which I'd like to show you is that there's a new view for Notification Center on the iPad when you're in landscape mode. So if I slide down from the top to access Notification Center, I have removed my widgets that contain personal information, so that's basically all of them. But as you can see, I've got my today view on here on the left hand side. Obviously I can edit my widgets, add them, and I can also use all my today stuff over here. And on this right hand side I have my widgets on the first page, and if I swipe over I can access my notifications. So it just makes the iPad experience in Notification Center a bit more usable. Another thing I'm going to show you is that folders on the iPad now support 4x4 grids. So if I take the iTunes store and drag it in, take the App Store, drag it in. Oh, that hasn't seemed to want to go in. There you go. And as you can see, I've got 4x4, like a 4x4 grid versus the previous 3x3. So you can add more icons into folders. So that's a nice feature to have on the iPad. I'm just going to move these back out. Not sure how they were, but obviously just sort that out afterwards. I think they were like that. That was there. Yeah, so that's another feature, and I think that's all of the features in iOS 9 that have been sort of, enhanced for the iPad. Obviously you have your improved multitasking, with obviously you can just slide up like that to access your, sort of close an app, and it does move the other way. Before it would have gone left, but that's just something they've changed. Yeah, so that's about it for this video. If you've got any questions or comments, do put them down below. I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. You can also get in contact with me using the details that will be up at the end of the video and in the description. But other than that, I think that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.